Yes, we started with security. That is talking about the discussion segment, and we're still staying with security. We did that of the Southwest, and we focused on Amotekun, especially in Ogun State. But this time around, we brought a security expert into the studios. He came all the way from Abuja. He's based in Abuja. I was talking about OTUNBA, Dr. ADEJARE, and we want to look at tackling insecurity in the country. The way forward. Let me welcome Dr. ADEGBENRO, OTUNBA, Dr. ADEGBENRO to the program. You're welcome.
You're welcome. Thank you very much once again.
You're welcome.
You're welcome, madam.
Okay, let me start from this question. Insecurity has been with us for a long time now in Nigeria. As a security expert, have you been able to know what caused it and why is it going as a wildfire in Nigeria?
Well, if you're looking at it, the basic aspect of it is that there's a lot of poverty in the land. And if there's a lot of poverty in the land, how do you expect people to function? That is how you see all of them going into different type of things like robbery, kidnapping,
banditry,
you know, so many things that are going to lack of jobs, you know. And we also have to take it that, you know, these people are human beings. They have blood running through them. They have families too.
Dr. ADEGBENRO, looking at their modus operandi, definitely you say that even if you're talking about poverty, looking at their method, looking at the weapon they carry. From the reports we read, definitely there are insinuations that there are some well-to-do and connected people are behind this. What's your take on this?
Well, I don't like to say things I'm not too sure about. But on that take, obviously there are some people well to be doing what they should not do. That means you're going into the politics of Nigeria. You know, there are some people that are doing things to make sure that this present government doesn't achieve. You know, because as far as I'm concerned, this is the first time that we've spent so much on security and we're not getting results. They've now changed the ex-service chiefs to the new service chiefs, which I'm having a better standing with them in understanding that they actually want to save Nigeria. But we Nigerians ourselves, we're very wicked to ourselves, you know, in the sense that we all have to be in sync, we all have to be one to make the whole thing work. We are solely dependent on federal government to do this thing. You can't be abroad and you come into a new person, comes into a new house. He's going to be looking at who is this man that has come into this house and he's watching you. That's why they say neighborhood watch, you know. And coming down the whole ladder, you must empower the local government. If they are not good, sack the local government chairman, because the power really lies down. That's where it starts from before it comes to the top. And you know, there's a lot of things security-wise that happens that I feel we Nigerians were mocking ourselves. We cannot go and say we're buying this weapon, we're buying this, or we're spending money on this and that, when the whole world knows what you are buying. The whole terrorist knows what you are buying. So how do you want to fight them?
Okay, we'll still come back to that because I also saw. Okay, we'll still come back to that. I have some pictures and I'm beginning to wonder. Well, let's look at first the security agencies. Are they doing their best, from the military to the police to the civil defense? At least at the federal level, that's what we know, and that's what maybe the DSS. But let's look at the military in tackling security, the police, and of course we also have the civil defense. Are they overwhelmed?
Well, let us put it to you this way. The population of Nigeria is 200 and above. The total security agencies, put all of them together, is about 1.1 million. course they're overwhelmed. If you talk of, let's take for Army for instance now, the new Chief of Army Staff, I'm very impressed with him. You don't see him when he makes anything on TV, maximum 5-10 minutes, he's doing his work. The Chief of Defense Staff, the same thing. The Chief of Naval Staff, I don't even know him. The Chief of Air Staff, I don't know him. The IG of Police, you hardly see him coming to talk as all the past IGs that we've had some good ones and we have some that have been comical. You get what I'm saying? But these people actually, these are the people that I feel are doing the right thing and want to do the right thing. I actually believe in them, and by the grace of God, I pray for them to achieve. Because you can see when someone is crying from their soul and losing one of his men, they are passionate about it. So passionate. Then you go on to it. You say civil defense and all of them. As far as I'm concerned, civil defense should be scrapped. It should be scrapped totally, because they are duplicating the job of the police. If the police is overwhelmed, what is civil defense doing? You can't go to anywhere around civil defense after 4 o'clock. Go to anywhere in the state after 4 o'clock. You see they've locked their offices. So what are we paying them for? They're equivalent to black and black, not even the mobile. So they should be trained and they should be put under a section underneath the police. Nigeria doesn't have the money for all this, by the way. We are borrowing money, we are doing this on security. So why are we spending money on such? It baffles me. Because I look at it. I told you as I came in the last program, I got robbed at 4:02 p.m. outside Central Mosque on a Friday in Abuja. To me, I thought Abuja was the safest place in the whole of Nigeria. But today, it isn't. And a lot of reports that we have is not shared to the media, which is totally unfair, so that the next people can know what actions to be taken. And nobody is thinking about that. Everybody is thinking about stomach infrastructure. And it is a critical thing that we must address, because day by day it is getting worse.
This is the head of a civil defense. I don't know. This is outside the country trying to actually look at weapons to be purchased, probably. Yeah. But that's what the picture is all on social media signifies. And has it gone to that also? Civil defense?
That's rubbish. Utter rubbish. Where do you see any major or general or head of any military, air force going out of the country to go and look at weapons, and it's all over the social media? Now, what does that commandant want to achieve by saying he wants to go and fight terrorism or bandits, when everybody has seen it on the social media that this is what he's buying? Can't we do something that is secret? We can keep our secrets to ourselves and know what we have. Do you see it? You are well traveled. Everybody here, I'm sure you're all well traveled. I don't know who the Chief of Army Staff is in the UK or in America. You see a civil defense, you see like what you just showed. Unfortunately, I've passed his convoys many times. You see him, his convoy is more than the convoy of the president. I don't know who wants to kill him. But as far as I'm concerned, if you have such a convoy and you're using women to be jogging beside the cars and doing all the paraphernalia, what is all that for? When there's security, people are dying every day, and that is what your concern is.
So it's
okay,
like,
let's look at the overhyping now.
Yes.
Don't you think Nigerians are overhyping the insecurity challenges we are facing?
They are not at all. It's underhyped. It is terrible. Governors are not sleeping, ministers are not sleeping, security agencies are not sleeping. You are the media. You know more than myself. We have the highest rate of suicidal rate. We have the highest rate of youths on drugs. We have the highest rate of unemployment.
Cultism,
banditry, handsman. And we're saying that is overplayed. We are getting to a stage. Look at the foreign currency. As of today, it is 750 to 1. To buy 3 plantain is almost 2,500 naira. Where do you want an average man, or a poor man, or a less privileged man, or a man that does not have food to eat, to get food at the way we are going to? I don't blame the president. The president has given Nigeria what they want. He has all the people around him. He has the ministers. He has everybody to do their due diligence and do the thing. Why are we getting it wrong? Is it that everybody is just thinking about themselves?
The buck will continue to stop on his table.
It will continue to stop on his table depending on what they tell him. Isn't it? It's a report. You just asked me now that is it what's it called? Is it overplayed? Overhyped or overplayed, or what's it called? How is it overhyped? Do you know what they passed to the president? You and I don't know. On the way coming here, I was hearing on the news that we are going to borrow so billions and all these things. I'm indifferent to it because who are the people putting all these figures together? What are we borrowing it for? What do we want to use it for? Let us know what it is. You have custom there. They have millions of abandoned vehicles. And these are things that loses prices every day. They've been there for years.
Abandoned or seized?
Okay, seized and abandoned. Why can't we sell them? We have assets that we don't use. Why can't we sell them?
So we should be held responsible now because we need a way forward.
Every single one of us should be held responsible because every Nigerian should have a voice and is inclusive. All of us must be in sync. Both the media, both the less privileged, both the chiefs, both the obas, both the emirs, all of us, because we are all Nigerians. But everybody will call me, I'm not a Nigerian. I'm a Nigerian, but I'm from Ogun State. Everything is fine. It is not fine. You don't have family in Abuja, or you don't have family in Kaduna. For the people in elsewhere, they are not Nigerians too. People are mocking us. Ghanaians are mocking us. Ghana, look how small Ghana is. You go to Ghana, now it's visa free for Ghanaians to be going to Dubai. When the main trade is here in the center, the giant of Africa.
Now let us look at, as a security expert, let us look at the service chiefs after they have been changed, after the cries of Nigeria, and we now have new set of service chiefs. How you want to describe their performance so far?
Well, the new service chiefs, I'm actually very proud of them because they are taking action, and a lot of people do not know the actions they are taking, which is good. And they are fighting and they are traveling. They are moving. That is my job. I interact with the majority of them. They are moving. They are the best set I have seen since this regime.
Okay, let me just add it. Zamfara is no more safe for bandits as we speak.
Yes.
And of course, Zamfara was before a safe haven for bandits. What have they done that they did not do before? Talking about security-wise now, that is making the place hot for bandits.
Okay. Funny enough, this question you're asking, I was hearing it on the radio, that private jet owners are flying gold from Zamfara, and they're doing nothing about it. It's more political than anything. In anything that you say that the Nigerian army cannot take care of, apart from them being overwhelmed, there's still the undertone of you fighting some politicians, some businessmen. It's like the case of, why can't we have light? What happens to the diesel people? What happens to the generator people? It's not rocket science. We're not stupid. We know what is going on. The average Nigerian might not know what is going on, but you and I, all of us, we know what is going on. You want to tell me that they're taking gold from Zamfara? Private jet? and is coming, being reported by the Minister of Aviation. Are you telling me that each private jet that carries or lands at anywhere, they don't have a serial number, you don't know who owns it, and nothing is being done about it? Come on. We are jokers. Honestly, at times I wake up thinking that let me go back to bed, because that's what I'm waking up to. You switch on your telephone, is request from every single angle. 5,000, 10,000, 2,000. How many people do you want to help? And yet you see everybody living above their means. Security people. It pains me when you see convoy. Look at ministers. These security people that we are talking about, all the agencies, they have ministers. Their minister maximum is one jeep, one Hilux in front and one Hilux behind. That's 3 vehicles. Civil defense can carry almost the whole road. Because we are who? We are common to black and black policeman. Why are you carrying so much money than buying so much vehicles for your own personal self? Who wants to kill you? Who knows you? Go to where the problem is. Are you trying to tell me that if he enchants himself and his people, like how you have a hot open, you've seen what they're doing in the southwest? I'm not talking. You've seen what they're doing in the southwest. We are seeing it and we are feeling it. Then you cannot go and fight where the war is. You are sitting in your heaven in Abuja, going around with motorcade and taking lectures and talking. That's not what we need. Okay. I think it is time for the president to readdress and take some certain burden off himself by addressing these security issues. One, civil defense should join police, join them back together. We are saving money. Let the police give them the right training. Let them be reporting to police. And this is also a function of the NSA to harmonize every single body, because it is his own purview. Everybody, he's the national security advisor. Everybody should take a toll. Yes, the last time we were here, we were talking of NatForce. NatForce is pure intelligence, right from the fisherman all the way to the top. Once you get intelligence right, you know where all these arms is coming from. You know who is selling it. You know who is buying it. And you pass it on to police. That is the chain you can understand. You know what DSS does. You know what NIA does. You know what Army does. You know what Air Force does. You know what Navy does. But with all these things, we are still getting it wrong. We're just like a puzzle everywhere.
OTUNBA, don't you think there is a policy bottleneck in this security policing system in Nigeria?
Yes, there is. There's a serious one that has to be addressed. And I believe the president has to address it and make sure that he calls for all of them together, all inclusive, including not only the security experts, with every single body. Let everybody have a say, from the obas to the ballers to the fishermen, to let them have a proper conference and see, let us address this thing, because this thing that we're looking at may confront you in your own home. Your only guard might be the one to come and attack you or kill you in your house.
We read in the papers this morning that 7 Nigerians were named among others, talking about those who sponsor terrorism globally. For a government, if you have this kind of information, what is the next step?
First and foremost, I fault our government, because it's not international people should be telling us who is funding terrorism.
We should know.
We should know first. And if we know and somebody is hiding
it, we know, we pretend.
Exactly. Of course, everything that happens in Nigeria, everybody knows what is happening in Nigeria. People know who they are protecting. You can't tell me that you don't know who is sponsoring a terrorist. Isn't it the same place they are buying gun? Isn't it the same place they are going to buy the gun?
Because immediately these Nigerians who are named, one of the telecom companies came out to say it is just a coincidence of the same name. This name is not our director, because they know the implication.
Of course. Now it is going in the air. But I'm telling you that there's much more than 6. Much more than 6. Because they're all using it as a political tool. And that's what kills me. And this 2023 that is coming is going to be a different game. It's not going to be about you having thugs or you having anything. People will come out and vote for the individual, not for the party. We all need to start it now, because otherwise our children's children might not have a Nigeria to live in. And I know the president is very passionate about this country.
Okay, OTUNBA, can this decentralization of a policing system in Nigeria help in fighting this insecurity we are having everywhere and now? Because it is more rampant in the northeast and the northwest now. Who knows? It can be.
I don't believe in that.
Okay.
I believe we are Nigerians. We should all be able to solve our problems together. The moment you start doing that, it now becomes another political tool of whoever is the governor of that state. So state policing, I'm totally against it.
Okay, as we go, I'm just seeing the inscription on your T-shirt, and looking at what we are discussing. If we take to this, Nigeria will be better. I'm a Nigerian. My tribe comes what?
Second.
Second. I didn't say it. So what's the
message in there?
What's the message in here?
The message in there is that I am a Nigerian, a true son from every part of Nigeria I am from.
And one should be able to say, I can feel free in any part of
Nigeria. And that is what it is.
Who are you? I'm a Nigerian.
Do you go to anywhere? Okay, you meet an American. Where are you from? What does he say?
America.
You meet a British person. What does he say?
Same.
I'm either British or I'm from United Kingdom.
Yeah.
Does he say he's from Essex, or does he say he's from Birmingham? Does he say he's from London? No, you don't. In Nigeria, where are you from? Oh, I'm from Ekiti. I'm from Ogun State. I'm from Zamfara. I'm from Niger. You know. So once you started doing that, you are widening the gap, saying that we are not united at all. The only time you see us together is when they are playing football, and everybody is hugging each other.
Or sports, you know.
Yes, and that is where it happens. So it is now time for us to say, yes, I am a Nigerian, and my tribe comes second.
All right, it's on that note that we want to call it today. And of course, on this segment of the program, we've been talking to OTUNBA Dr. ADEJARE, a security expert, and we've been looking at tackling insecurity in the country, the way forward. Dr. ADEJARE, we want to thank you very much for coming all the way from Abuja to actually be our guest on the program this morning.
Thank you.
We sincerely
so much.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Charity, it's yes, it's a Wednesday, and we have to go take a break till next Wednesday. God willing, we'll be here at Charity.
Yeah, and we'll tell our people that be safe out there. Coronavirus is still in the air. Protect yourself, use your face mask, and ensure that you wash your hands regularly. See you next week by God's grace.
And of course, remember that you should always be in Nigeria, and your tribe comes second. I like it, and I think if we hold on to that, there will be more unity in this country. My name, Hakim Makisunde. See you Wednesday next week, God willing.